Hi, it's Reggie. Welcome back to Moonlight Moments. There's a phrase in Tagalog, ilaw ng tahanan. It means the light of the home. It's a title often given to mothers to recognize the warmth they bring, the way they hold everything together with grace, care, and quiet strength. But today, I want to ask something deeper. What happens when the light begins to flicker? What happens when the one who carries everyone else starts to feel like she's disappearing? This episode is for the mothers no one checks on, for the ones who look like they're managing, but inside, they're falling apart, for the ones who give and give and give until there's nothing left but silence. We're going to be talking about postpartum depression, what it feels like when the world tells you to glow, but your power is gone. This isn't a list of symptoms or clinical advice. It's a soft space to breathe. A story that mirrors what words sometimes can't. And a gentle reminder, you are not alone, you are not broken, and you are still the light, even when you feel dim. So take a breath and let's begin. There was a house made entirely of paper. It was beautiful in the way delicate things are, folded just right, carefully creased, edges clean, corners tucked like secrets. Its walls were crafted from to-do lists, midnight feedings, polite smiles, and silent sacrifices. Origami windows framed the world outside and inside, and everything shimmered in shades of effort. Cranes hung from ceilings made of discipline. The floors were letters she never sent. The roof, 1,000 folded promises. In the center of this house lived the light. She wasn't loud or blazing. No, her glow was soft, like warmth across a baby's cheek, or the quiet presence in a room at 2 a.m. when no one else is awake. She was always on, always glowing, always expected. The light did not speak. She didn't need to. She was the ilaw ng tahanan, the light of the home. She illuminated everything. The late night diaper changes, the 3 a.m. cries, the way the mother rocked and rocked with cracked lips and aching arms, whispering songs she couldn't remember the words to. The light watched her fold herself into every shape: comforter, healer, cook, cleaner, answerer of every cry. The light lit up the photos on the fridge, and then read text on her phone. It watched her pick herself up again, and again, and again. But what no one noticed, not even the house itself, was that the light was fading. It didn't happen all at once. It started in whispers, a dullness on the edge of her glow, a flicker at the end of long nights. The paper walls began to droop with humidity, the weight of unseen tears. The rooms filled with silence, thick and heavy. Outside, the world said, "Isn't the house beautiful?" And inside, the light grew dimmer still. She had no batteries, no wire, no solar panel to feed her. She just glowed because she always had. But even light needs a source. Even warmth needs feeding. And when no one asks the light how she's doing, when no one plugs her in or sits beside her or says, "You don't have to shine today," she begins to sputter. She begins to feel like nothing. At first, she blames herself. Maybe I'm just not grateful enough, she thinks. Maybe other lights shine better. Maybe it wasn't meant to glow forever. The paper house says nothing, it just leans on her glow. And the world outside admires its symmetry, its beauty, its strength, never noticing the tiny scorch marks where the light is burning out. Then one day, the light almost disappears. There's no dramatic blackout, no explosion, just less. Less warmth, less presence. She can see the mother rocking in the nursery, face blank. She watches as she moves through the house like a shadow. The baby cries, the dishes pile, the phone buzzes. But no one asks how the light is. No one notices that everything inside the house feels colder now. And then somehow, quietly, the light begins to ask. Not for much, not for everything, just for something. She says, I can't glow today. She whispers, I'm tired. She flickers not out of failure, but out of honesty. And for the first time, someone notices. Maybe it's a friend, a nurse, a partner home from far away. Maybe it's just herself holding a mirror up to the dimness and saying, this too is real. This too matters. And that's when something shifts. Not all at once, not magically, but slowly. A cord is found, a power source is connected. Tiny hands reach out not to take but to offer. A meal dropped off, a message sent, a truth spoken, a tear allowed to fall. And the light, who thought she had nothing left, begins to feel it. Warmth not just leaving her, but returning to her. She remembers she was never meant to glow alone. The paper house will still crumple sometimes. It's still fragile, still pressed from 1,000 expectations. But inside it, the light has found something new. She's still tired, she still flickers, but now she's also seen. And even dim light can be beautiful when it is held with care. We often say that mothers are the light of the home, but rarely do we ask what powers the light. What happens when the light begins to flicker, not from failure but from exhaustion? What happens when a woman becomes a mother and in doing so begins to lose herself? Postpartum depression is not always loud. It doesn't always scream or shake or break. Sometimes, it looks like a woman staring blankly at the wall while her baby sleeps in the next room. Sometimes, it looks like a smile at the grocery store and tears in the shower. Sometimes, it looks like nothing at all, just a slow dimming. It is real. It is heavy. And for many mothers, it comes in the quiet aftermath of birth. When the visitors stop calling, the meals stop arriving, and the world assumes the hardest part is over. But the truth is, giving birth is not the end. It's a beginning. A beginning of a new body, a new identity, a new storm of emotions that no one warned her about. And in this world of diapers and feedings and you should be gratefuls, many mothers start to fold themselves smaller and smaller until all that's left is a paper-thin version of who they used to be. The story we told, the light inside the paper house, is not just a metaphor. It's a mirror. It reflects the impossible role so many mothers play. Healer, nurturer, scheduler, soother, provider, protector. She folds herself into every corner of the house, becomes the structure that holds it all together. And yet, she is rarely held herself. When we speak about postpartum depression, We often speak clinically. We list symptoms, we quote statistics, but at its core, it is a deep, quiet ache that says, I don't know who I am anymore. I should be happy, but I'm not. Everyone needs me, and I have nothing left. It is the dimming of a light once bright, not because she's broken, but because she's burned out. Because even light needs fuel. Because even paper tears when it's stretched too far. We don't talk enough about this. Not in baby showers, not in checkups, not in casual conversation. And especially not in spaces where mothers are expected to be superhuman. Military families, immigrant homes, working households, single parent situations, and beyond. But this silence has a cost. And that cost is women. Brilliant, nurturing, creative, beautiful women. Feeling like they are failing when they are actually just exhausted beyond words. This is what the story is trying to say. If the light in the home is dimming, it doesn't mean the home is broken. It means the light needs care. It needs rest. It needs someone to say, you don't have to shine today. And for her to believe it. Motherhood is beautiful, yes, but it is also brutal. And we do a disservice when we skip the brutality in favor of perfection. Let this be the space where they say both can exist. That joy and ache can live in the same room. That a mother can love her baby with everything she has and still feel lost, still feel low, still need help. Postpartum depression doesn't make her less of a mother. It makes her human. And being human deserves tenderness. So if you are the light and you feel yourself dimming, let this episode be your whisper in the dark. You are not alone. You are not bad. You are not broken. You are simply in need of warmth too. Even light needs power. Even you. Postpartum depression doesn't always look like what we expect. Sometimes it looks like a mother scrolling through photos of her baby, knowing she should feel joy, but feeling nothing. Sometimes it's lying in bed with her eyes wide open, too tired to sleep, too overwhelmed to move. Sometimes it's snapping at small things, crying over a dropped spoon, or wondering if everyone would be better off without her, even if she would never say that out loud. It's not just sadness, it's not just baby blues. It's a thick fog that rolls in and stays even when the sun is out. For many, it begins in the weeks after giving birth, when the adrenaline fades and the real weight sets in. But for others, it comes months later, quietly, unexpectedly, long after the casseroles have stopped coming and the texts have gone silent. And for those without a strong support system, mothers whose partners are deployed, working long hours, emotionally unavailable, or completely absent, the fog is heavier. Because there's no one to pass the baby to. No one to say, you rest, I've got this. No one checking in, no one coming over, no one noticing the dishes piling up or the way her laugh has disappeared. It's hard to say, I'm not okay, when the people around you already expect you to do everything. And so she keeps going. She folds laundry through tears. She nurses while feeling numb. She smiles when people visit, then collapses the moment they leave. She scrolls social media and wonders why everyone else seems to be handling it so much better. She wonders if she's weak, or broken, or failing. But she's not. She's carrying too much. And carrying too much for too long in silence, that's what breaks people. Some mothers are doing it alone, not by choice, but by circumstance. Maybe her partner is serving overseas. Maybe she's in a new city without family nearby. Maybe her community doesn't understand mental health. Maybe everyone assumes she's the strong one, so she stays silent. And yet, all around her, there are others doing the same. Mothers in quiet crisis, feeling ashamed to ask for help, feeling guilty for needing it in the first place. But the truth is, postpartum depression is common. It's real, and it's not a reflection of how much you love your child. You can love your baby with every part of you and still feel overwhelmed. You can be grateful and still be drowning. You can be a wonderful mother and still need help. Sometimes that help looks like medication. Sometimes it's therapy. Sometimes it's a friend showing up with a coffee and saying, "You don't have to talk, I'll just sit with you." Sometimes it's admitting, if only to yourself, that something doesn't feel right. And sometimes it's just being seen. It's hearing another voice say, "You're not imagining this. You're not alone in this. You're allowed to struggle." This is why it matters that we talk about it. Because the paper house we live in, the roles, the expectations, the "I'm fines" can make it feel like no one else is hurting. But the truth is, so many are. And when we name it, we begin to dismantle the silence. We begin to say, "You can be the light of the home and still need power too. You can be strong and still need softness. You can be surrounded by people and still feel alone. You deserve more than survival. You deserve to be held too." If you're walking through postpartum depression, especially without a support system, there's something you need to hear first. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are not failing. You are not alone. You are carrying more than most people can see. And sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is not push through, but pause. There is no perfect path through postpartum depression, but here are gentle ways to care for yourself, especially when no one else seems to be there. 1. Name what you're feeling without judgment. Sometimes just saying it helps. "I'm struggling. This feels too heavy. I don't feel like myself." You don't have to explain or justify it. Just honor what's real. If no one is there to hear it, say it to a journal, a voice memo, a mirror. Naming the weight doesn't remove it, but it stops it from owning you in silence. 2. Lower the bar. Way lower. Your job right now is not to be everything. It's not to have a clean house or respond to every message or even smile if you don't feel like it. Right now, your only job is to breathe. Feed yourself, feed your baby, and rest when you can. Everything else, it can wait. Repeat to yourself, survival is enough today. 3. Reach for connection, even digitally. When physical help isn't possible, digital connection counts. Text a friend and just say, "I'm having a hard day." Join a postpartum support group online. Follow pages or creators who talk openly about motherhood and mental health. It helps to know you're not alone. Leave a voice message instead of calling. No pressure to talk, just presence. Even a tiny thread of connection can pull you back from isolation. 4. Create one ritual that's just for you. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't even have to be quiet. But one moment a day that belongs only to you can anchor you back to yourself. 5 minutes with your coffee alone. Warm cloth over your face while your baby naps. A slow stretch on the floor while you breathe. A small playlist that calms your nervous system. Let it be tiny, regular, and sacred. Not a task, just a return. 5. Say yes to help, even imperfect help. If anyone offers, even awkwardly, say yes. Say yes to the neighbor dropping off frozen meals. Say yes to the older sibling holding the baby for 10 minutes. Say yes to a friend who doesn't get it, but tries anyway. Don't wait for perfect help. Take real help. You are not a burden. You are a human who deserves rest. 6. When you're ready, talk to a professional. Therapy can be a lifeline. So can your OBGYN, a midwife, or even a support line. You don't have to wait until it's bad enough. You don't have to wait until you're falling apart. You deserve care now. Even a single conversation can be a turning point. If you can't get in right away, consider texting or calling a mental health helpline just to be heard. 7. Affirm the truth, even if you don't feel it yet. Write it, speak it, repeat it. Your healing isn't about becoming someone new. I am allowed to need help. This feeling is real, but it's not forever. I matter, even when I feel invisible. I am still a good mother. Your healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about finding your way back to your light, the one that's still there, even now. You are not just a paper house. You are not just a light for others. You are a living, breathing person who deserves to be held too. Let healing come gently. Let care begin with one small act. Let the world meet you where you are, not where it expects you to be. Even dim light is still light. And even if all you did today was make it to this moment, that is enough. Wherever you are right now, sitting in a dim room, holding a baby to your chest, washing dishes, lying in bed with a tired heart, I want you to take a moment for you. Not the version of you that holds it all together. Not the one that smiles on cue or pushes through. Just the you that is here. Breathe in. Feel the weight of the air as it enters your body. And now breathe out. No need to do it right. Just let it be real. Again, breathe in and out. Notice what's touching you. Maybe the fabric of your shirt, the warmth of a sleeping child, the hum of silence around you. Notice your feet. Are they pressed against the floor? Are they tucked beneath you? Let them soften just a little. Now place a hand over your chest if that feels okay. Feel the rise and fall. Feel the rhythm that continues, even when everything feels still. This body of yours, it has carried so much. Not just a baby, but 1,000 unseen moments. Midnight wake-ups, silent tears, cracked lips and swollen ankles, and meals skipped and feelings swallowed. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to feel broken. It's okay not to feel okay. Right here, right now, there is no pressure to shine. No need to pretend. You are safe to just be. Breathe again, in and out. Imagine the light inside you, not the one the world demands, not the one that has to glow endlessly, but the true light, the quiet ember at the center of your being. It may feel dim, it may feel far away, but it is still there. It has not gone out. You don't have to ignite it. You don't have to force anything. Just place your attention there, as if you are whispering to it, I see you, I haven't forgotten you. Let your body soften into this moment. You are not a machine. You are not a paper structure meant to carry it all. You are not just the light of the home. You are someone who needs light too. Let that be your prayer today. I deserve warmth. I deserve care. I deserve to be held too. Breathe in and breathe out. If tears come, let them. If silence follows, welcome it. There is no right way to heal. Only the next breath, only the next small kindness. And you are already doing that. Right now, by listening, by being here. The light in you is still real, still sacred, still worthy. And even now, in this quiet, messy, maybe painful moment, you are still enough. If this episode found you in a quiet ache, I hope it reminded you of something important. You are allowed to need. You are allowed to struggle. And you are still worthy of light even when it's hard to feel it. Postpartum depression is not the end of your story. It's a season, not a sentence. And healing doesn't happen all at once. It happens in tiny, merciful ways. A soft breath, an honest thought, one person who sees you. I know this because I've lived it. When Sky was born in November of 2017, I didn't realize it at that time, but I was going through postpartum depression. I didn't have the language for it back then. I was still in the military, and just a month after giving birth, my husband was deployed. Life had to continue as if nothing had changed, but everything had. Before my husband deployed, I remember we were driving to appointments, that I was staring out the window and feeling absolutely nothing. I don't remember how long it lasted. Maybe because I was too busy to feel it. Maybe because I thought I didn't have time to be depressed. But looking back now, I know what it was. I can name it. And that's why I want you to hear this. This too will pass. Postpartum depression is real. And sometimes we don't get to name it until later. Sometimes we're so deep in it, we don't even know what we need. But today, let this be enough. A pause, a moment of survival, a flicker of truth. A reminder that you deserve to rest, to refuel your light, and to know that you are not alone. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Follow Moonlight in Moments wherever you listen, and share it with someone who might need a little light today. Until next time, and as always, love yourself better than yesterday.
She folds her dreams like paper cranes, hangs them up above the window pane. Quiet hands and a softer name, she forgets who she used to be. The house is neat, the silence loud. She smiles when everyone's around, but when the night begins to crowd, she flickers underneath. She's the light of the paper house, glowing soft when the storms roll out. No one sees when the power's down, but she still tries and she still shines. Even dim, she's still the light. She's still the light. shadows roll out. No one sees when the power's down, but she still tries and she still shines. Even dim, she's still the light. She's still the light. There's a spark she thought she lost beneath the weight, beneath the cost. But light returns when it is caught by rest, by truth, by love. She's the light of the paper house. Hey, she's allowed to flicker now. Even slow, even small, even if she can't stand tall, she's still here and still alive. Even dim, she's still the light.